Hello everyone and welcome to another Make Laser Gifts workshop. For the last workshop of 2020 we've decided to bring you something a little bright and cheery. In this workshop we'll be making a light up decorative star. Those of you who have seen our previous workshops may remember the Lightbox workshop. Well, this is Andy's spiritual successor to my Lightbox, though rather than focusing on 4 different images, this workshop will allow you to focus on a single, more detailed design. It can be lit up with either fairy lights or LED strips. Now let us begin. Before we begin, I'd like to show you a few ways you can control this video. However, if you'd like to get stuck in with the workshop, you can skip to the next part of this video by clicking the time listed on the video. This video makes use of YouTube's timestamp feature. By going to the video description, you will see the timestamps I've set for each section of this video. If you'd like to skip to a different section, or rewatch one that you've previously seen, simply click its timestamp in the description. This feature also splits the video's progress bar into the different sections. When you roll your mouse over a specific part of the bar, it will tell you what section that comes under. This will make it easier for you to take a break and continue from where you left off. Also down in the description you will find some useful links, a link to the website, and a link to the workshop page. That concludes this section on video control. Now the very first thing to do is make your way to our website, www.makelasergifts.com. You'll want to do this in a separate tab or separate window in order to carry on watching this video. When our website is loaded up, click on the link that says laser cutting up at the top. Once here, scroll down until you see the two options, I want to cut only and I want to cut and engrave. For this workshop, you want to select I want to cut and engrave. This will scroll you down to the cut and engrave section. From there, click on View Details underneath the laser-friendly Wood Sheets Cut plus Engrave heading. This will load up a page with all the available woods. Then select the 4mm MDF. Once the page is loaded up, click on the button that says Customize It, and this will take you to the platform. If you haven't done so already, or just need a reminder, you can check out one of our previous 2 workshops where I go over the basics of using our platform. The links can be found in the description below. To start off with, we're going to select a template. So the first thing we're going to do is click on Browse Design Ideas. Then Workshop Templates in the menu to the left. Then the option that says Light Up Star. And for this workshop you'll have 2 templates to choose from. This first template is pretty straightforward. On it you can place any graphic or any text. So long as it's on the inside of the star, it'll be cut regardless of its colour. White is the only exception to this rule, but I'll explain that more later. This template is a little more complex. Not every graphic will work with this. All graphics inside the star must be touching the inner edge of the star, or another graphic that is attached to the inner edge of the star. I'll show you a more detailed example later on in this video. Designs made with this template obscure less light, and rely more on creating shadows. So let's start out by clicking Add Graphic. I'd like to draw attention to this category here, Workshop Special. This section contains graphics that are specially selected for each of the different workshops. In this workshop you can use any graphic, however, graphics with this workshop in mind can be found in the Light/Shadow section. Throughout the video I'll go into more detail on each of the subcategories. I'll start this off with the Light Stencils category. Graphics in the Light Stencil section are cut graphics. However, unlike other cut graphics, they are intentionally made so that they do not cut all the way out. If you look carefully at some of these graphics, you'll see that they have bits missing. Parts that do get cut will let light through. Later on, I'm going to show you how you can use white squares to turn any graphic into a laser stencil. On this template, it's as simple as selecting the graphics and text you wish to use and then placing them inside the middle of the star. As usual, anything outside the template will be removed from your design. You can take advantage of this feature by using the snow effect cut. This graphic can be found inside the light stencils section. You can use it to put a snow-like effect over your entire design. This snow will light up. Now I'm going to show you how you can use the second template. Unfortunately, the light stencil graphics do not work very well with this template. You can use graphics from any other category, though the graphics in the silhouette section and the other cuts section work really well for this particular template. Now watch carefully how I position this star. So long as part of the graphic is overlapping the edge of the template, or is overlapping another graphic that is overlapping the edge of the template, these should cut out fine, as they will be welded together at the point they overlap. Now watch how I finish off this example. So for this example, I've taken away the template. This is so I can show you a little trick that will be very useful in the next few sections. I'm going to show you how you can overlap graphics to make changes to existing graphics. I've added a new section to Ideal for Engraving. This section contains a variety of shapes that you can use to edit existing graphics. So let's start out with a basic circle. I'm going to duplicate the circle, then I'm going to adjust its colour to white. Resize it as I'm going to use this circle for the eyes. With an object selected, using the arrow keys on my keyboard I can get more precise movement on how I position things. Graphics will always be on top of graphics placed before them. This is why it was important for us to start with the circle. We just build the other shapes up on top of it. And then with the addition of some black semicircles, we've given him some ears. If this were to be engraved, all of the bits that are white will be ignored. This means that the design will look pretty much how it does on the screen. In the next couple of sections, I'm going to show you how you can use this on cut graphics. So if we go into Add Graphics and then look for one of our cut graphics, for example, let's try one of these houses. I'm going to increase its size so I can better demonstrate this. I'm going to add a square from the Shape section of Ideal for Engraving. I'm then going to move it to the edge of this graphic, resize it, making sure that it is overlapping the edge of the graphic. You can also adjust the size of graphics by using this panel over here. These measurements are in centimeters, however, as these templates are not to scale, it doesn't really matter. I'm then going to set the square graphic to white. Let's take a closer look. This part of the line will not be cut out. This means that you'll have the outline of a house, and its windows will be cut out. Now let me show you this in an active example. So this is roughly how you would apply it on the template. Admittedly, they're not very well lined up on my end. It's up to you where you want to put your square, but you can select any object and use your arrow keys to make it a little bit easier. So make use of the zoom button on the top right of the canvas, though unfortunately you're not able to scroll left or right or move objects while you're in zoom mode. Now I'm going to demonstrate how you can use the same technique for a different application on the second template. You'll notice that I've got these reindeers here. I'm going to move them to the bottom, but you'll notice that they don't seem to stand flat against the bottom. Not unless I bury their legs quite deep into the edge of the template, which defeats the point of using this graphic. What I'm first going to do is add a square. If you remember the little area on the left that lets you resize your graphic, there is a little lock symbol next to it. It will let you edit the vertical and horizontal height of a graphic independently. This allows you to do things like turning the square into a rectangle. Here I use this trick to create a flat surface at the bottom of the star for the deer to stand on. You can also use it to create supports to attach graphics to the edge of this template, or to other graphics. There's one last little thing I'd like to show you. If you're going to use the second template, a useful way to format your text would be to do the following. Simply, with your text selected, go to the option on the left that says letter spacing. Then, play about with setting this to a minus number. This will make the letters automatically overlap. This may have mixed results with different font, and if the font is already joined together, there's no real point in doing this. Once you have something you're happy with, click on Get a Quote on the panel to the left, and then fill out each of the boxes. Be sure to mention which workshop it is you've done in the subject box. You also must include your full address in the message box. If you do not include your full address, we cannot send your item out to you. Once you have received your item and have decorated it, please send us pictures of the end result. And with that, I'll take you to the closing example. Stay tuned for a special message during the credits. Normally these sessions would be delivered by Zach, Andy and myself face to face. Due to the unfortunate circumstances of 2020, we've had to change the format up a little. But it's thanks to the participation and support of each and every one of you watching and taking part in these workshops that we've been able to make it work and still deliver some creative new content. So with that said, I'd like to say thank you very much. Have safe and comfortable holidays and a happy new year. We look forward to seeing your designs for this workshop and hope that you can join us again in 2021.